Alright guys, today I am putting together the RSI. It is actually RSI this time, not when I was doing the skid plate and it was RCI. Anyways, RSI's Sport CAP, I think that's what it's called. And this one comes from South Africa. These guys are amazing as far as their customer service. Every time I send them a message, I get a message back within... They've been amazing. Every time I send them a message, within an hour, I've got a response back. And actually, from RSI themselves, they're super responsive. And why would I be needing to contact them? And I'll show you here really quick. So we've got all these different boxes. They're all very well labeled. I'm going to show you a picture of the full thing that when I had it delivered in my garage. Wasn't delivered to my shop. I ended up having it delivered to my house. I'm going to install it here. I'm not really doing an install video. What I'm going to do is kind of give you my impressions of installing it, not a how-to. There's some really good how-tos. RSI has one, and a couple other companies put together some great videos that you should watch for installing it. But I want to give you my impressions because I think that's important. When I bought this, and yes, I did purchase it, not sponsored by them, but so you get 6 boxes. But I got 6 boxes, and they're all really well packaged, not any damage whatsoever. A huge pallet that it comes on. Truck has a pallet lift, and they put that in, and they can run it right into your garage. So the Be Smart Open Me First box, but it does have the clamps. It has the seal for the cap. It has some weather stripping. And it has these little pads that you put down in between every place you put one of these clamps, you're gonna end up putting one of those pads down. And then it came with keys. Holy crap, look at all these keys. I suppose you get 2 keys for each lock. Hopefully I think they're all the same, but it's pretty interesting because I'm sure that with every lock set they get 2 keys, and they're giving them all to you. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 keys. There's probably 6 locks. I'm sure they're all keyed the same, but I don't know yet. Some cool things unboxing this. If we take a look down here, this is the top of the cap. And this would be looking up at it if you were inside the bed of the truck. And each one of these little holes right here is a threaded Zert fitting, because they have a table accessory that you can mount in a table slide to mount it on the top of your cap. So looking up, that would be this. But that's really cool, because if you wanted to use this to mount other things, or even put in insulation in here and maybe a smooth top to your cap, you have a place to bolt it. That's super cool. Plus lots of places to hang things. You can just screw them right in. If you wanted to hang a lamp, you want to, whatever, right? Kind of cool. So that's neat. Weather stripping's on this side already stuck to it, and I'm going to start getting to unboxing the rest of this stuff. Those are the 2 side panels, and then the front and the back of the cap. And then we will start putting this together, and I'll kind of give you my impressions along the way. Cheers. Impression number 2, very clear instructions. If you look at this instruction booklet, get the glare off my camera there. I'll put it somewhere else. Here we go. Very clear instructions, a really good guide. Everything's perfectly clear. As you guys will remember from my skid plate install, you couldn't even see the pictures. These are absolutely brilliant. We'll follow them and see how it goes, and I'll let you know. Number 3, I'm gonna lose count. It's this box that they give you for the top piece is fantastic. When you lay it out, you have a place to put down your other pieces as you're doing your assembly. That's super cool because you don't want to scratch anything, right? So you've got that laying down there. Just put everything open, and then you can set your piece down there that you're going to work on next. That's very cool. Don't take apart that big box, just lay it out. Number 4. All right. So I use straps here. I'm doing this as one person, and I saw a quick tip from another guy doing this. So I figured I'd share that because it's not in the main video. But you can use straps to hold this piece up so you're not bending the tabs while you slide the top or the side pieces into the top. And I'll do the same on the other side until I'm ready to put the end caps on. And that made it a lot easier to slide these little tabs in, and then I'll secure the bolts here. So that's number 4. Tip 5. As you can see right here, let's see if you can see that. You can see how that is not cut out. The foam is not cut out because they actually didn't insert one there. So they've got these inserts with bolts that go on the other side. Now lucky, or good thinking on their part, is they included a spare parts kit, and in that spare parts kit is another one of those. So hopefully only one's missing. So don't lose your spare parts kit. Right, tip number 6. There's gonna be 2 tips in one. One of them, when you're assembling this, you should really slow down. And I tend to want to put things together fast, but if you just really slow down and do it super methodical and take your time, and I really think that one person might be better than 2, just because it's kind of like backing up a boat trailer into a, you know, where you see all the fights at the docks where people are trying to back their boats up and they're yelling at each other. As you're trying to put in these pieces here, and even the side pieces, you know how you saw I used the straps. And the straps really help because they're pulling from the top a little bit. They're not tight, they're just holding it up. But they're holding it in place so that when you start to wedge the little tabs in, they just tend to slide in. You just can, you know, take your time. I think that 2 people will kind of fight each other trying to do that one. Plus, who's holding it up, who's pushing, you know, both are gonna end up pushing. People are gonna start yelling at each other. And then these little tabs here really take perfect alignment. And so having 2 people, it seems like, would help, but I think again you might fight each other a little bit. So instead of using 2 people, what I did is I just used a couple of little foam strips like I did here, just to kind of prop up the edge so that the little tabs would line up. That's these little tabs here. You can see I need to put another one in there, there. And basically what I did is I put the first 2 in, and then I ended up putting some of the, you know, midway up the gate, and then the top one in, all super loose, and I'll put the rest of them in. That way, with one person, you know you're getting it lined up properly, you're not fighting somebody. They don't have to sit there and hold this for 10 minutes. You know, if you have the right way to prop it up, then you can take breaks. You don't have to worry about them, you know, getting tired. And you always are thinking about how am I going to prop that up to keep it in place. And you can just leave it there. And it's really going together really easily with just one person. Now I know I'm no Hercules, so I can't put this on my truck myself. So it's going to take 4 people to do that. 4 people would make it a little bit easier because this thing weighs 180 pounds. Split that by 4 people, it's going to go up pretty easily. 2 people, 100 pounds apiece, close to it. I think that's a bad idea, and you could end up dropping it on your truck. So we'll take 4 people and put this up on the truck when I'm done doing it. All right, the last piece here, or last tip, is to have some good neighbors. You can notice all my neighbors came over and helped me flip that thing over and easily put it up there. There must have been 6 or 7 people. 4 of us grabbed it and put that up on top of the truck. Made it quick and easy, fast and fun. All right, guys. Hey, we finished putting the Smart Cap on the Ford F-150. It's a 2018 Ford F-150. We've got the RSI Smart Cap. Some really cool features about this one. It's stainless steel construction. I like the look of it. If we go up top, we're going to see it has a roof racks built into it with the little screws ready to go. And so those, I'm going to mount the solar system to that. Has a vent here that's supposed to keep positive pressure inside the cab. It has these cool little tabs here so that the cap can open from the side. And if you look up inside here, see if you can see it. I showed this once before, maybe it's tough to see. There's little nuts, insert, I call them zert nuts, inside the top, so you can actually mount things to the top. That's the inside of the vent there, if you can see that. And it clamps down. It has a rail that goes all the way around the side of it. It keeps it in place. There is a rubber seal. You can see here that holds, that keeps it waterproof. The windows are solid except for the front, so it has a little panel here that can open in multiple places, and those are good pet friendly without a screen. So you can have your dog in here and they can stick their nose out. You can kind of open that as far as you want. These close up pretty easily. Just slam those little things shut. Same with the back end, opens up the same way. And then you can open up the other side as well. So if we open up the back, let's do that. And then we open up the back of the truck and we take a look where the clamps are. Clamps in that way. We have a window up front, an opening window up front. You can see the brake light in here as well. And so if you turn on the rear light for the cab of the truck, you actually can light up the inside of the bed, which is a really cool feature. So that is the cap. And I needed to get 4 people. You saw there, we did a little time lapse of putting the cap on there. With 4 people, super easy. You're not going to do that with 1 person. It would be really sketchy with 2. The thing weighs almost 200 pounds. So 4 people is the way to go. So what's next? We got a lot of stuff coming up. For the back of the truck, we're doing a drawer system, so you want to check that out. Bed systems going in here. Solar panels on top. Battery, refrigerator, the whole solar system. You want to check that out. That's going to go in much like we did on the Adventure van build. We're going to do the same type of solar system on this truck. We'll have powered lights, all of that kind of great stuff. The next thing that's coming up next week is going to be, we're going to replace these upper control arms. And basically the ball joints here are starting to wear a little bit, and nobody wants to replace those ball joints. They just don't want to replace those, and getting new upper control arms are recommended for a little bit extra travel. So we'll be putting in the either BDS upper control arm, so I'll show that in our next video, and we'll get started on the solar. So if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That just helps with the metrics of YouTube. And then we'll see you next week with another video on the Adventure Series truck. Cheers.